I'd say that it didn't turn out how I wanted it to, but it turned out awesome. It just turned into an interaction on the street. I really wanted a video with this guy who's a professional beggar, and I guess I'll tell you a little more about him at the end. But it turned into me talking to someone else on the street who tried to rescue me from an odd interaction with a guy who's a professional beggar. So I'll let the story play itself out and then tell you more details afterwards.
Okay, this is a guy I really wanted to do a video of before. We did this video, and you can see this guy in the background here. And he says, no, I won't be in the video. And he says, I'm very hungry. And if you look carefully, he's well shaven.
What's happened? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay. What's going on?
Same thing that's always going on. I will finish this video later. Well, I might ask who this guy is. Who are you?
I'm
Just a guy on the street?
Neighbor, yeah.
Okay.
Any problem?
No, not a problem. I've seen that guy around, and he's a regular beggar. And he always comes up with the same spiel of, oh, I'm homeless and I'm very hungry. And if you take a close look, his eyebrows are neatly trimmed, and he's had a recent haircut. Today he didn't shave. Last time I saw him, he did shave. And he's if you look at his shoes and his clothes, they're all fairly new. They're secondhand, but they're all well washed. And so he's a fake beggar. And it's his same shtick. He kind of says it every time. I've seen him on the street before. He's forgotten who I am. But he did the same thing.
You live in here?
Yes.
Oh, so you speak Japanese? Huh?
Yes, I speak Japanese. And I didn't speak Japanese to him last time, but he kind of remembered me. I'm sure he got scared as soon as I pulled out the phone.
So what do you want to do?
Oh, I was doing a video to talk about him.
Oh, for the YouTube?
For YouTube.
So for this too?
Yep, you're going to be on YouTube.
Oh my god.
But yeah, he's got this same spiel, and he always comes out with it. So, I really wanted to make a video of him. He was telling me last time about, a foreigner gave me 750 yen, and then I was able to eat a meal. It felt so good. So if you would give me just 500 yen, and he went through this whole thing. He's very good. He's a professional beggar.
But I see it's many people in the US too.
Yes. But there are a lot of professional beggars. Not many as persistent, and not many who realize as soon as they're on camera that they should get off camera really quickly. Interesting reaction. Yeah, this is going up.
Do you have money?
Without doing too many digressions, the reason I found the guy interesting is because I'd met him before, and I really wanted to get him on tape. He's a great salesman, actually, is what he is. He's a professional beggar. And the first time I ran into him, I was on a bridge in Umeda. There's a footbridge that goes between Umeda Station and the Hanshin department store, and there are guys doing TV interviews there. And I generally just come by and ask them what they're doing, and then they go, oh, foreigner who speaks Japanese, and I get interviewed. And this guy was waiting for me after the interview, figuring I was a good mark. And he, opened with the conversation about, oh, they're putting you on TV, and talking about the bread that they had me try. And I'm, wandering off to a business meeting to go do business, to go do wine sales. And I'm walking along at a pretty good speed, even with my wine bag, and he's keeping up with me, despite the fact that he has a cane. So he has a real vested interest in talking to foreigners. I think foreigners probably are really good for begging from. But as he started his pitch and he said, oh, I'm hungry, and he really had the words down well, and at that point, there he got my attention, because if you look at him, he has had a fresh haircut, not just a cheap haircut. His eyebrows have been manicured. On that day, he was actually shaved. He was cleanly shaved, and today he had about a day's worth of stubble. And if you look closely at his coat, it's used, but it's fresh and clean. And his Crocs, the shoes that he wears, they have scuff marks on them, but they're still new, and they're the right size for him, and everything fits. And things just fit too well. I guess he does a pretty good job at it, makes a decent living as a street beggar, and may have been doing something else before. I thought about paying him for an interview. I'm not sure how insincere that is to say I want to do an interview and detail why I think you are a fake beggar. But if I get a chance, I may do that in the future. I think that's part of why he ran away. He didn't want to be caught on camera and everyone see, oh, this is the beggar of Osaka who likes to hit up foreigners for extra change. And yeah, not just extra change. He's looking for, the story he was telling me at the beginning, he said, oh, a foreigner gave me $7.50. That's an hourly wage for a lot of people here. And if you're going to shell out, $7.50 to $10, and if he can get two people to do that an hour, I have days where I don't make that much, and I'm sure he does pretty well. Anyways, he's a really good salesman, and if you see him, give him my regards. And other than that, the conversation that I had with the kid on the street who came to rescue me from my strange interaction with a Japanese beggar, which was obviously somewhat conflicted, which I think is my fault, and he said, oh, are you kind of teasing him? In a way, I am, because I don't believe him. And I don't want that to be mean, but yes, I'm not... I don't have a lot of respect for someone who is a chronic, beggar, and that is all he does. But the guy in the street was really interesting, and it's kind of an interesting version of what happens, and it just happens all the time. If you just open your mouth here, interactions happen all over the place. And other people tell me about their days and they don't have anything interesting that goes on. I often talk about these events and I don't usually get them on camera. So that was one of the interesting interactions of my day.